Alright guys, I am back. Okay, so I am going to I had a couple of my old video actually, and hold on, let me open up this real quick. So just give me a minute, 1 second. Hopefully everybody is not watching this. Okay, so that's that, and 1 second here. Okay, so then am I on live? I feel like I should be live. Yes. Okay. So I'm on live. Now this video here, I'm just gonna play a couple, and I have speed myself up because you know, I do talk pretty slow here. Was my old video that I made about, I don't know how long ago. It was 11 months ago, you guys. So last year, January 31st, right there. So in this one, of course, I was kind of go after AMC Bickham here. I'm gonna put the chat up in a minute. If you right now, it might not show, but I will put it up. But this one is my old video about AMC and how AMC Bickham was kind of misleading people, and it kind of reminded me of the price point here today. But I'll be right back, so I'll play it for you, and we'll see you later.
Focus on your CEO, bro. He's burned what, billions of dollars to come up with all this shit that flopped, to come up with the same old fucking business model. So if I'm a short in Gamestop, and I'm looking over at them going, well, they're debt-free. Well, they're also not making money yet. They're also not doing anything to scare me. So I'm not gonna fucking cover. They also did a reverse split. They're doing all these things to try to get retail.
Okay, I'll come back to that later. So let me just point out about the shorts are not scared of this fundamentally. Okay, so about a couple video ago, I think, or a couple live stream ago, I was pointing out the fact that the short exam volume for AMC is much higher, which I agree. Why do you think they're higher? They're higher, why? Because they know for sure that they don't have to buy the share back, ever. At the very least, at this price, at $5, they don't have to buy it back. You know why? Because more dilution is coming. Why would they want to buy at $5 right now when they could buy it at $5 after the split? Okay, keep in mind, $5 now after the split is $50, and $5 after the split would be just 50 cents. Okay, so that's what I meant by they want this to go, right? They're not scared at all to short this right now. So you're wrong. You are totally wrong. Now, let's look at GameStop. Okay, let's look at GameStop here. Are you telling me that they're not scared? Look at this, 9,000, right? They are scared to do this, and the reason why there's more is because they have to. They have to take the price down. Now, I think he's about to go into the reverse stock split. So let me go back a little bit here.
He's burned what, billions of dollars to come up with all this shit that flopped, to come up with the same old fucking business model. So if I'm a short in Gamestop, and I'm looking over at them going, well, they're debt-free. Well, they're also not making money yet. They're also not doing anything to scare me. So I'm not gonna fucking cover. They also did a reverse split. They're doing all these things to try to get retail. They try to get retail back in it.
Now, reverse stock split, I feel like this is where I feel like he's trying to mislead people here. GameStop did not do a reverse stock split. In fact, they give you more share. It's a reverse, it's a stock split dividend here. Okay, now, I mean, I could do a little bit of drawing myself here. Now, let's explain this a little bit more because I think that people will better visualize it if I write this down. For AMC, okay, when they do a reverse stock split, okay, and the conversion, after the conversion, whatever, reverse stock split will do this, 10 to 1, right? It will, for every one share that you sell, it will mimic, okay, and I mentioned this before with my other video, it will mimic the selling pressure of 10 shares, okay? Let me say this again because it might not ring well when I explain it. So when you go to sell 1 share of your AMC, sell 1, you will mimic 10 shares selling pressure. And yes, buying pressure works the same way, but as we all know, with the market manipulation and everything, with the off-exchange traded volume, they could just route it off-exchange. So you would never see the buying volume, you will sell. You will see the selling volume, and it will be 10 times worse than it was before. All right, back to GME. Now, he was saying that GME had a reverse stock split. No, they did not. Now, I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt that he misspoke, okay? So what GME did, they did a stock split dividend. Now, stock split dividend. Okay, what happened then was when you had one share at, let's say, $100, just for easy math here, right? After the dividend, what do you have? You would have 4 share at 25 per share, right? If you do the total amount, it would equals to $100. So nothing changed there. But now you have more shares, right? So when you go to sell 1 share of GME, okay, it will mimic 1/4 share. You know what I mean? So the selling pressure is lower if you want to go ahead and sell 1 share. Okay. Now you might argue like, oh, if that's the case, why the price is massively down? Well, if you believe that there's price manipulation for AMC, why wouldn't you believe the same thing for GME? They're the same thing, right? They run the same or whatever. And why is this worse? All of a sudden, because all of these reasons, old console and all that stuff, right? So I disagree with him wholeheartedly on this. If anything, you want to be in GME because it has less of a chance to go out to go bankrupt right now. I mean, I would wager that if GME doesn't do anything at all and just burn that cash that I was saying, like every quarter, just burn $100 million every quarter, they would still have 11, 15 quarter left because they have a line of credit lining up for them if they want to. $500 million line of credit. So, I mean, 15 quarters before they would have to go to shareholder to raise more fund, right? That's assuming that they continue to burn at this rate, right? Nothing changed at all.
Exactly. All these things that he tried to do, they flopped. You got back to the same thing. Now, like I said, if I'm a short in GameStop, I'm not going, fuck, I gotta cover. Give me a catalyst to make me want to. They're not the number one anything. You got what? Best Buy, Target, Amazon, what? Walmart. Dude, you got Facebook Marketplace. You can go get electronics. You can get used games. You can do used consoles. You'll get more money on Facebook Marketplace if you sell your used console, your used anything. You'll get more on Facebook Marketplace than you will at GameStop. And what's GameStop going to do? We're going to give you like 1/5 of the price, or you can get store credit for 2/5 of the price. Everyone's going to go, nope, let's go to Facebook Marketplace and get $200 for a fucking PS4, PS5, whatever. Except they're not a super scary business to me.
Well, I kind of disagree with this one, right? Of course, like, again, I might have mentioned this already, but I'll do this again. If I already did that, I would just cut this part out. Now, with the trade-in part, right? Of course, like, yeah, you can probably get better value if you just go on and kind of post your photo of the items that you want to sell. Let's say, you have an old iPhone here and you want to sell on other platform. Sure, do that. But here's the thing. This is a convenience sake, right? Yes, you're going to get less for your value, but hey, you're already at GameStop. Why not just trade in your items here, right? So the convenience is there. Obviously, GameStop's going to give you as, less value as possible so that they could make this a high profit margin item. It's understandable, right? Now, I feel like if all of the people who, in a recessionary environment, I'm sure, most people would want to sell for more price at elsewhere. But here's the thing. Most people are lazy. They don't want to do that. They don't want to set up an account, take a picture, try to find buyer, set up a payment rail for them to pay you and meeting up with them or even mailing it in for people to have that, right? So there's a lot of process that they have to go through in order to sell their old item. So I would wager that right now they have enough people who are willing to trade in their items. So, and again, if they don't, then they could just switch to have the trade-in value a little bit higher, meaning they could pay people a little bit more in order to get their electronic from them, right? It can be changed. It's not a big deal.
All right, guys, that was my old video. I just thought it was like, So, I hope you get to see that one. But what I just said there kind of rang true just now. So remember when I said, oh, they could, up their trading price? There you go. They just did that. And now you could get, you have to be a member, right? Pro member or whatever. You could get your trade-in value, and then now you have a extra 20% extra for an in-store credit to trade. There you go. So perhaps they're running out of merchandise or whatever and try to get more people to trade in their goods and services or whatever, goods and services. Trade in their digital goods, and they've been doing that. Like, again, this is it could be done. And I kind of like saw that video. Sorry, I'm eating right now. Hi Manuel, thank you for joining. I appreciate you. From that video, hold on one second, you guys. Now I'm gonna talk about the price. Goodness, where the heck is my video? I was watching Moran's earlier too. Right here. And so in the beginning there, I was saying that the reason why the short exam status was so high, and it was spot on, right? kind of pretty proud of myself at that time. But anyway, I wish I could talk that fast when I speed myself up, but you know, it is what it is. So the reason why at the time, this is again, perhaps it was before this when was this? Before Abe happened, right? And he was saying, oh, look at the short exempt status. Like, they're shorting millions and millions of shares of AMC. And I was like, well, the reason being is that they don't need that shares at that price. That's why they feel so egregious to do so. Why would they want to buy it at this price? After the split, then they would buy it at $5. And guess what? At $5 then would be 5 cents. 50 cents then. Okay? So right now, AMC, $5.29, okay? And that video, when I made it, it was a year ago, close to a year ago. So let's see which time frame was that. So it was 2023. And that video was inspired by Moran's actually, so thank him. So that's why I admire Moran's so much, right? Because he did open my eye about AMC. And when people coming here yesterday saying that I was a second female Moran's Rans over here, hey, I take that as a compliment. Thank you, appreciate you saying that. Okay, so that video was around, just to mark a timeline here, February 30th, right? So it was right here. So as I was saying, in that video, around this price point right there, he was saying that people were adding, you know, the short was shorting it like crazy because they are afraid of AMC. And I was like, nope, they weren't afraid of it going up or anything like that. The reason why they shorted at that price point is because why would they, you know, return this share? They don't need to return it at this price point. Why? Look, because they know that this is coming. And now, of course, they probably could just short more, you know, or buy little at a time, you know, like this run right here. That's short covering right there. You see that? Like little by little. And again, that was 60% run up, okay? That was short covering right there. And guess what? After they cover, what do? Boom, short some more. Why? Because the company is still in trouble. That's why. So I don't know. I don't know what my purpose is in making this video, but I just saw that and I was like, wow. I feel accomplished a little bit. Again, AMC, I still see people pumping it. I'm sure they're gonna try to promote for this gap fill right here at some point. Can it be? I don't know. Can it be filled? I don't know. This stock has been beaten to oblivion by the leadership, you know, Adam Aaron. And this one right here is another kind of video that I made. Only got 26 view, but at that time I didn't have hardly any subscribers, so you know, you might not be able to see this one, but I'll play it right here so you guys could enjoy it. You don't have to click on that video, you know, no worries. So let me play it right here. I'm gonna speed it up for you so you could enjoy it a little bit better, and I will be right back. Actually, I'm gonna go eat real quick.
let's kind of hash out what's going on in the AMC movement here, right? AMC community versus GME community. Now I know that, when people are emotional about money makes people emotional, right? Emotion run high on both sides. But let's just take emotion aside and look at which one is better, in terms of fundamental. And people bash each other on these two stocks, right? But on the fundamental side, GME is much better in terms of balance sheets, in terms of leadership, right? Now, that is irrefutable. You cannot argue that somehow AMC is in a better spot, right? If anything, if any company that will squeeze in the future, it would be GME, right? Because they're fundamentally better. They're turning around their business. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be next year. It's going to be, like gazillions of dollars. Who knows? I don't know. I'm in here for the long run, 5 to 10 years horizon, right? Now, if it's squeezed in between, hey, that's a plus. But this company is on its way to become more than it is now, right? How big? I don't know. I have no clue. Nobody knows. If you said that, they know where GME is going, right? But I'm willing to bet that today, GME is better than GME 2 years ago, okay? Right? They have new leadership. Okay? They had a new way of creating revenue, right? Now, you could argue that they're making a terrible decision on the NFT marketplace. I would beg to differ, right? Marketplace. People have a misconception on the NFT marketplace, and I was going to make a video about that because it's I think it's worth taking a look at, right? And it's kind of demonstrate that the leader in GME are not shy away from new ways of creating revenue and to take a stab at technology in this sense. And this is like cutting edge, I would argue, right? Now I don't know if it's going to change the world in some way, but I mean, take a look at the real use case for NFT is enormous. You could make NFT into anything. It's not just JPEG, okay? It's not just JPEG. You could put songs, you could put movies, you could put, heck, ticket sales, right? Concert ticket, NFL ticket, whatever ticket, live events, right? Movie ticket, like anything at all. And you could, partner up with amazing artists out there that would create the NFT for you, and people will buy it as a collectible, right? Yes, they get to enjoy the live event, and on top of that, they get to keep it as a souvenir in their wallet, right? Now, whether people are going to sell it on Gamestop Marketplace, that's another discussion, right? But this is a multi-billion dollars industry. It's going to be in 5 to 10 years from now. And it's an emerging industry. Yes, it's risky because it's speculative, right? Highly speculative, right? However, that is not the only business that GME has. GME has other business revenue, which is what they're doing right now, right? Now, people said, oh, they're selling old games, physical games, and old things, and that's what they're relying on. No, that was 2 years ago. They are transitioning into e-commerce, right? Right, late to the game, but they are transitioning to that. Have you looked at Gamestop? There you go. Alright, so have you looked at Gamestop website lately? They are not just selling this at all, and they have like pre-order. You could order ahead of time, right? PlayStation 5, console, all of that, right? So there are ways to generate income, okay? And look, they're not just selling physical games anymore. They partner up with the right distributor or whatever, and they even have their own private label. Let's see, GameStop. Oh wait, not that one. This one right here. So they have their own logo and everything. You see? So they are ramping up ways to capitalize on their brand, right? Now, whether you hate GameStop or not, that's on you. This is for next generation. It's meant for people who are gamers, and that's going a long way. If you design something that they love and they will just shop at GameStop forever, then that's your revenue source right there. Much like Apple, people are brand loyalty, right? Now, I'm not comparing the revenue of GameStop now to Apple, but I could see that people would only shop at GameStop because of these high quality items. It's remained to be seen. What makes you think that GameStop cannot do that with this new leadership? I think they can, but it takes some time, right? So the value is in, well, I mean, aside from the fact that it become a meme stock and it's like a free publicity for GME, they will capitalize on that, And I trust that this new leadership have done pretty well. I mean, to have cash on hand of $1 billion, that is you can't compare the two, right? Now, let's go back to AMC real quick. Let's see. Let me delete this. Okay, so With AMC, though, on the other hand, it is struggling. You cannot argue that AMC is not in need of cash. They need cash, okay? They need cash badly, and lots of it, right, to operate quarter to quarter, okay? From quarter to quarter, they need cash really bad, right? Otherwise, why would he propose such thing, right? And such short term too, right? Now, when he created apes, now we don't ask for dilution, but he dilutes anyway by creating ape and then dressing it as it's a dividend, it's a dividend payout, but then you derive the value from ape, derive value of ape from AMC. So cutting AMC value, by whatever, I don't remember. So at the time before the split, it was 27, and then I don't remember what it was. It was $6, I think, right? $6.50. Immediately, the price of AMC went down 27 down to 21, right? $21, while apes is at $6.50. And then, the CEO bragged on Twitter as the best thing ever, right? It's going to expose also. Well, he didn't say that, but it was like, oh, we're going to pounce. Remember that? Pounce, right? Wait for it, stay tuned, right? And why did he say that? Because GME at the time announced 4-to-1 stock split, forward stock split, or stock split of dividend, right? Oh. Yeah, so this is a great move. Why? Now, people said, oh, well, look, it didn't squeeze. And, even Bickham's too, right? in his kind of like argument to Moran's rants. Now, I know like it's a private message, so it's not meant for the public to see. I know he was hot-headed in that video, but I just think that, he is just heated because he can't argue that GME doesn't do anything, right? Now, in my opinion, people didn't realize what a stock split dividend was. And they have kind of suppressed that until this day. People don't understand what this will do, right? And how it didn't go up. Like, why didn't you see the price going up? Well, because of the corruption. And for AMC Bigham to say that, it didn't do anything while he advocating people to buy AMC, and then at the same time you talk about CNS programs and all of that, synthetics, I believe all of that. I believe all of that happened to both stocks, right? So if you believe that this thing happens to AMC, then why not extend the same sentiment towards GME? And why GME doesn't move and make comments like, oh, all of these tactics didn't work. You see what I mean? So if GME is in a better financial position and all of these tactics didn't work, what make you think that the tactic that Adam Aaron is doing, by diluting shareholder, is going to work? It makes no damn sense to me. And to me, this is a red flag. Red flag to me. It is very, very suspicious that he thinks that. Now, I know, it's just one comment, and I give him the benefit of the doubt. Perhaps he was just hard-headed because, yes, Moran's rants is very aggressive in saying that AMC is trash, right? And for the most part, I agree, right? At the moment, anyway. And to me, leadership is also trash as well. I don't trust Adam Aaron one bit. Not based on his action, though, not what he says. What he says is far, far away from his action. Okay, let me kind of like explain what I mean by that. I'll go back to stock dividends later on. So, what do I mean by that? So, Adam Aaron, well, forget about apes, right? It already happened. So, Adam Aaron should have, there. So, Adam Aaron should have AMC CEO. Now, I don't have any credential in finance. I don't have any, degrees to back me up on this. But this is just me, in my opinion, kind of see the decision that is made by the board of director and Adam Aaron to sell 20% of the company as being very desperate. Now, not very desperate at best, but very conniving to retail at worst, okay? Whether he was forced to do it by the bondholder because they're threatening to, recall their loan or something like that, I don't know. I don't know what's the deal with that is. And he sold it at such a low price, man. Like, goodness. So, now to me, with that action, there's another action that he could have done, right? That he could have do to raise the same amount of money, even more. Or, okay, let me tell you what I mean. So, he could have offered this 20% of the company to retail, right? Retail has been freaking, supporting this company no matter what. You have shareholders that want to see something happen, right? In this play. The thesis is short squeeze, right? Short squeeze. They want to see it happen. So they will support you. So retail could have gotten this deal by doing an at the market offering. Okay? And I'm sure of it because he have Twitter. He could have said, hey, to shareholder, saying, hey, we are in need of cash. We are in need of cash. Now, I'm not good with words here, but he could have said it better. And we are going to do an at the market offering on apes, because that's the purpose of ape, is to raise money. Since it is such a low price, and at the time it was traded at this price right here. So they even got a much better discount than at the market offering. At that. And he could have saved a couple millions of dollars or made more, dump it on retail. Retail would have gobbled it up. They've been buying at $1, $2, $3, heck, $4, right? As it come down, because people really believe that, Abe is going to save AMC, and it should, right? So he could have done that. Why not? Why not do that instead of this? So that's the red flag that I got from that offer, from that announcement right there, is that perhaps, which is my opinion again, perhaps the CEO does not want retail. Okay, doesn't want retail to own it. Yep, so he doesn't want retail to own this company at all. So why? Did he say that? No, but he did that. Now again, this is just one reason that I think is going on behind closed door. Now, one other reason is that he was forced to do so by the bondholder. He had no other choice but to give them this. Right? Is it a setup from the beginning? Well, if you watch Moran's rants, he seems to think so, right? And I highly recommend people go watch him, because he's very energetic and very knowledgeable about AMC. And, it might open your eye a little bit to what the truth is, right? And again, if you trust Adam Aaron, then, this video might not be for you. But if you are on the sideline thinking that the squeeze is going to happen, look, I have no credential in knowing what the future is. Nobody knows about GME either, right, until it's squeezed. So you never know what's going to happen. But if you put your life saving on this, please know that that you are running a risk of not seeing that money back, because, and then here's the thing too, you have to know the risk that AMC perhaps will file for bankruptcy before the short squeeze happen. Okay, right? So that's the risk that you're taking if you invest in this company. If you believe that Adam Aaron could take you out of that, then you better trust the man to do so. Would I trust the man? No. You know why? Because of this action and action previously. Oh, and then the mine, the gold mine. Yeah, I could see it. It was it's hype. It hyped up to be oh, hey, we're gonna do the NFT gold-backed cryptocurrency and all that stuff. And it's kind of late to the game already. The hype is already gone with that. So it's almost anything that they could throw out to get retail excited about it. And believe me, I was excited too when he was announcing crypto, we're accepting crypto now. That was exciting to me, because oh, hey, but of course people in crypto would not use Bitcoin to buy tickets. That's ridiculous, right? Or Doge, maybe Doge, but not Bitcoin. Okay, so I'm gonna end it right here. So I'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye.
Ooh. Alright guys, I hope you enjoy that. Oh, I feel like I'm too loud here. See if I'm too loud. Okay, 1 second here. Okay, so everybody's here, hopefully. I don't know, think. Remember these days. Yeah. Did you remember watching that one? Yeah, it was a short video, or I used to do that one. I like to draw on the board and all that stuff, so that was fun. But yeah, so that was let me see. So that video was even before the apes, I think. I think it was around this time right here. I think December, you see? Yeah, it was around here. When ape was introduced, or it's already been kind of a done deal already. Sold a whole bunch to Antera Capital and all that stuff, right? And we all know what happened then. Ape was combined, and now it's dump. So that's AMC, history of AMC. And again, this is I'm telling you, this is the run for the squeeze right there. I'm sorry to say, sorry to tell you that, but that was the squeeze right there. Okay, so I am back, you guys. So yesterday was a good day. Were you a smart investor or be more at the time? Huh? I don't know what you're talking about. I know what you're asking. Okay, while I'm waiting there. So today was a kind of boring day, and I think it's, everything, every day is a boring day for Jimmy. We're kind of numb to this type of price point. So again, this is why people are like, this stock is trash, this stock is shit, this company is shitty, and all that stuff, right? It's like when it is the best time to buy. It's usually when people are like, have a negative sentiment. This is the best time to buy, because again, that's the asymmetrical opportunity right there. Many people are still betting against it, as is evident in my live stream yesterday. You have people coming in and kind of like telling you, it's a shitty company and all that stuff. And mind you, I only have 121 subscriber, and I just gained maybe like 4 subscriber recently. So, which appreciative of that. But it's curious to me that these, people coming in and it's like all of a sudden, negativity all of a sudden. But I welcome it. Honestly, I didn't take offense to that at all. I feel like all of the comments bad or whatever, it's just a reflection of what they might know at the time and all that stuff. So again, I'm not an expert on this either. I'm just here to learn about the market and kind of share the journey with all of you. I cashed out at that time, I remember it well. Good. Thank you, Lino. Yes. Yeah, I mean, like, at that time, of course, like, when I get people into something like that and I don't believe in the play anymore, I would tell people, hey, I'm selling. Here's the reason, right? And so, again, like, that's why, like, Bowtie Nation guy here, forgot his name. Like when he posts on his channel, hey, I'm buying $34,000 worth of AMC, but I never see a video of him selling out or anything like that. So yeah, and those type of things, it's kind of disheartening. Perhaps he's still holding, right? If he's still holding until this day, at this price point, he would have been, see when I draw this one, this is a Bowtie Nation guy. When he bought into it, it was right here, right? So if he still holds his position right now, it would have been down 35%. Okay, now if he's buying this, I bet you anything he probably knew to sell over here, right? So yeah, where is that position? Did he show it on his channel? I bet not. But I haven't seen that channel or that video yet. So yeah, so that's that. And then today it's not that enthusiastic or excited about the stock price movement whatsoever. But again, this is the best time to buy. When it's boring, you want to buy into it. When it's down, you want to buy into it again if you believe in the company the long term. So I mean, you have people coming in here saying dollar cost average is a terrible strategy. Okay, well, I don't know what strategy works best for you. Find your own strategy. Like, what is the strategy to hold a company that you love so much, and the company that actually have the balance sheets to back it up, right? And so again, if you see this data point and then come at it in a different angle, okay, well, there you go. Shit company. There you go. Don't buy into it. Like, simple. Very simple. But I think there's value in here. You know, there's value in the leadership. There's value in the balance sheets that people haven't even bothered to look at, right? Only one analyst is able to come up here and then saying this type of thing, right? I need more. I need more eyes on this. I need more, education, on this type of thing. Perhaps, again, maybe I'm missing something that I'm not seeing. So, yeah, you're welcome to come in here and say, I don't know what I'm doing, right? My last live stream, obviously, it was a very fun one. Almost lost my voice today, but it's still happening right here, just a little bit. But yeah, it was a fun, engaging live stream. The only other part is that there were people imitating brands and stuff like that. It's just so stupid. People sometimes I'm like, really? Do you actually have that much time in your hand to come in a small YouTube channel to troll like that? Does that give me a little bit of a conviction about this play? I think so, a little bit more than I usually have. But I usually go by numbers. Again, the fact that GME has been cash flow positive for a while now means something, right? And one of the things that I didn't think to show was this right here. Hold on one second. Right here. So on my live stream, let me kind of just extend that a little bit here. Yesterday, there was a couple people coming in and say that, hey, show me the money, right? Like, oh, the company doesn't show you the money and you're still investing in it. Therefore, it's faith, right? I'm like, really? You don't see the trend that I'm seeing? Like, again, like this type of trend is not something that is just out of the blue, When you see the trend going the right direction, it's inevitable that you're going to predict that it's going to trend up that way, right? Just like how you're predicting that revenue is going to come down, it's going to come down eventually as well, like in the future as well, right? So if the revenue comes down but the gross profit trending up, what does that tell you? You see what I mean? So profit margin is higher, right? Right here. I mean, that's number. That's how trend works. So now, of course, it could be a fallacy as well. We don't know what's next quarter is going to hold. But even Wall Street has predicted that GME is going to make money, right? So here's what I forgot to show. I didn't think to show people. So this website here is called TradingView. Hold on one second. Let me enlarge a little bit here. I think I'm seeing. There we go. Hopefully you see that. That's fourth quarter. Okay, how's everybody doing today? So I'm only gonna stay a little bit, an hour today. Yesterday was too much talking. I want to reserve my voice a little bit here. Okay, so I hope you see this one. I wonder if it could. Oh, there you go. There you go. Could have done that. Okay, this might be a little bit terrifyingly big, but it works, I think. So this quarter right here, right? This is the fourth quarter coming up. Wall Street actually estimate that GameStop gonna make money. Right? This is the money right there. So the estimate amount is what? 28 shares. 28 cents per shares. What is that? Now, I might be doing this one wrong because when they say 28 cents per share, that means $85 million this quarter. That's what they're projecting, okay? It's not coming from me. It's just a projection from Wall Street themselves. So don't tell me I'm just coming out of the numbers here. It's like, of course, Wall Street has been looking at the trend of this company as well as any other shorters out there, right? So they know to give an estimate of this high. Okay. Can they achieve that? I don't know. Again, I might be doing this math wrong right here. Sorry. This math might be wrong because the way that I did it is estimate. See, 0.28, which is 28 cents per share, and then I just do 28 cents times however many shares outstanding. So again, that might be a wrong math right there, but nonetheless, it is an estimate for the next quarter or for the next earning report in 2 months or so. This doesn't come from me. This is coming from straight up, Wall Street analysts out there. And then for the fiscal year of 2023, they estimated that we're going to be coming ahead at 11 cents per share. So if you do the same math right there, 11 cents per share, that means the whole year we're going to be coming at trailing 12. Okay, this is a trailing 12 of positive $33 million. That's an estimate. Okay, now it might be an overestimate, it might be an underestimate. Who knows? We will find out in 2 months. So there you go. Again, people are like, oh, how do you know they're gonna become profitable? Well, there you go. Unless Wall Street is such a dumb person, or I don't know, whoever come up with this one might be dumb as well, right? They don't know how to analyze the company. Maybe, I don't know. Again, people tend to not really kind of think about, okay, maybe there's other, one quote from, I think Scott Allen or something, might be some 007 guy who was in my live stream yesterday. He said that, oh shoot, now I lost my train of thought. This is pretty embarrassing. Hey Winnie, we love you. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you that saying that. That means a lot. But yeah, I'm just showing people, kind of do a little bit of reflection back to yesterday live stream. It was kind of fun, actually. I do encourage people like that to come in again. But he was saying oh, how can you find any how can you tell this is gonna make any money? They don't show you the money. It's well, you see the trend, right? Yeah, it's not showing right now because again, they only lost, last quarter anyway, they only lost $3 million, and they're kicking and screaming and all that stuff. But again, $3 million in the net loss. It's not $3 million in the cash flow positive. But if you look at the cash flow, what do you see? You see more. See, $100 million cash flow positive. What does that mean? You have to understand the balance sheets here. And I'm sure these people are smart enough to understand that, but it seems like there's a concerted effort to still trash this company for no apparent reason, right? And I perhaps could speculate what the reason is, and I'm sure you guys can as well. And so, yeah, again, this is like ridiculous to have to say the same thing over and over again. But and look at this, like yet last even quarter two, we only lost this much, right? 2.8, lost even less, and people are up in arms about it. Quarter three is kind of notorious for like spending more, right? If you look at the back to, hold on, right here, from here to here, we did spend more, right? So yeah, hold on, let me see inventory real quick. Okay, so it looks like inventory is $1 billion right there. So last year was $100 million less. Okay, so they are kind of, reining in the items being sold. So I don't know what I'm looking at, but I love seeing this, like shareholder positive right there, right? Shareholder equity is in the positive right there, but this is not a trailing 12. If I do a trailing 12, let's see what it does. The same. Okay, so shareholder equity is right there. The fact that we have net cash positive, that's immense already. Like, come on, how can you not see that? And then the guy was like, oh, why don't GME pay any bills? I'm like, what bills are you talking about? You're talking about all this like account payable stuff, like long-term debts. Why is this long-term debt? We don't have any long-term debt. This is more like a liability based on like leases and all that stuff, which is the cost of doing business, right? So, and the fact that we don't have any goodwill to prop up our balance sheets, that's good too. It means that, hey, we're operating cash only, and that's good. On top of that, we have some cash, to kind of cushion the blow, whatever. And then from the look of it, we have increased our marketable security by $500,000, right? Again, incremental changes like this will add up to a massive amount of move in 10 years. That's why I said it on my live stream, like, hey, most people overestimate what they could do in 2 years, but underestimate what they can do in 10 years. Because most of the time, they just give up in 2 years because they thought, oh, I will never amount to be anything. But what they don't realize is all you have to do is just keep your head down, keep working, just like Ryan Cohen, right? Before he got that funding from Larry Chain or Alan Adel of the crew, right? I think it was Larry Chain who gave him like that $15 million to expand Chewy. Before that happened, he had to go to hundreds of Silicon Valley people who reject him outright, saying, why would I want to give you money when Amazon already sold it, right? You can't beat Amazon. Are you crazy? And so what did he do? He just go back and work at the number, work at his company, growing even more, growing sales even more, just slowly but surely. And guess what? Somebody believed in him. And then there you go. The rest is history. And then these people don't even want to give him credit for that, or him and the co-founder credit for anything like that. It's like, and it's telling to me that they don't want you to think of this company as being successful, right? And as far as like the company is not going to make any money too, I hope I addressed that already, but let me go back to the olden days of, the golden days, so to speak. So back then, they were bringing in about $350 million on average, right? every single year. $350 million every single year. Okay? And so, can they achieve that again? I think they can. Maybe more. Maybe more. How do I know that? How? Well, if you look at the trailing 12 right here, okay, so this is 22, this is 23, the same quarter, okay, so that means from this to this is 1 year, right? If you look at it, it's $500 million right there. Okay, $500 million. Right? Am I doing my wrong math here? No, it's not wrong. It's that much. So can they make $500 million? That's why I'm only lowballing it. Even if they only make $100 million a year, it would be immensely success already, right? But again, they don't want you to think of that way. They only want to trash it. They only want to say, oh, this is a failure. Fundamentally, it's failing. Really? Is that true? I mean, from 21 to 24. What more can you ask? I mean, what more can Ryan Cohen do to please these people? Right? Now, if you just look at the quarter alone, it's 26 gross profit margin right there. But let's be fair and do a trailing 12. So even a trailing 12, you see the trend is going the right direction right here. Right? Now, the reason why I say hopefully a lot is because, again, I don't know the exact number, but I know that they're going to post positive earnings, right? And even that statement, I will still hopefully too, right? And that doesn't mean that I have faith in this, that is the case. It's just that I have faith in my analysis of it trending in the right way. So that's just my logic here. Of course, I invest in this company. I will, try my best to try to find reason not to invest in it, right? And thus far, I have not found any, So, yep. How's everybody doing? I feel like that's all I have, you guys. Oh, I was gonna. I forgot about this. All right, good thing I remember. Okay, so let's talk about Bitcoin real quick. I know, GME is the main thing here, but Bitcoin, if you haven't, what's going on? Why is blow it up a bit? Okay, so let me. I feel like. I think this is probably better. There we go. Alright, so you can't see the price right here. Let me see. No, not that one. Okay, let me do a 1 day candle here. Alright. So you hear about Bitcoin ETF lately, right? Of course, CNBC is all up in arms about it and up in arms. What I mean is that they've been mentioning it so often and to try to get people in, obviously. And, at the price point, still in line with what I think is going to happen. Again, this is just me, kind of know a little bit about Bitcoin cycle here. I think they're gonna try to bring it up to this level right here, which is in between this level. So that's why I think around $50,000 or even before it hit $50,000, they're gonna try to rapidly bring the price down. Now, when they do that, it's because they're selling into the market, right, into the run, because they've been accumulating since this time right here. But do anything, they've been, kind of slowly adding to their position and saying, oh, Bitcoin's going to zero, sell now, right? And then when Bitcoin's here, oh, it's going to go to $100 million, $100 million, $1 million, $100,000, right? Whatever the narrative is to keep people buying into this. So I just want to kind of preface this ahead of time. The cycle is not yet here for a blow off top, in my opinion, obviously, based on the cycle that I've been kind of like the market that I've been I feel like I'm well versed on this, but again, it's all personal opinion here at this point. But I have a feeling they're gonna do that, and then the next cycle would be the bull run right there, because again, people are getting in here and they're gonna get excited about it. They might lose some money there, and then when they see Bitcoin up here again, they're gonna remember this cycle right here, and that cycle will repeat, but it won't be until 2026 that you see Bitcoin's going to be like, all-time high again. So I would try to accumulate after this drop right here around 32 to 25. I don't think it's going to come down here. So I think the next accumulating range would be around I would say $30,000 to $25,000. Yeah. So and then it's gonna bounce at that range for a while until people get excited about it again, right? So yeah, I'm not in Bitcoin right now. I'm in other coin, which I am going to wait for Bitcoin to run out. And usually when Bitcoin run up, Ethereum gonna follow, and I have a lot of loopring here too, so I'm kind of wait for that, for that sweet run. And then of course I talked about XRP before too. I have my own holdings, and the holdings that I'm still waiting on the lawsuit and stuff. But yeah, this market is like on fire right now. It's like ridiculous, right? It was like down 5%, and then now it's up 8%, 9%, 10%, and this is a lot of price movement. Like 2%, that's not a small amount of money here, right? So again, people are enthusiastic about it, about the Bitcoin ETF and all that stuff. I think Jay Clayton come in and kind of on the news, he was saying that it's a done deal already. It seems like it's a done deal, but again, the term is, it seems like it's a done deal. When they're ready to dump it on retail, what do they say? Oh, it's not approved yet. Some hiccups gonna happen in a couple of days, I bet. But until then, they're gonna pump this news up. So retail's gonna jump in here. So when Bitcoin usually gain dominance, other coins kind of like not as quickly, move as quickly. But when Bitcoin dump, usually it goes to Ethereum a little bit, and then the rest of the altcoin, right? So that's just how the crypto space usually happened, right? Ethereum has some trouble here on the network. Solana has been taken over a little bit, but I don't know. Again, I'm not knowledgeable enough about Solana blockchain, so I haven't followed this market for a while. I took a break because of the regulations and all that stuff. So like I said, I want to wait for all of the regulation to kind of iron out what can you do, what you're not allowed to do, what is a security, what is a commodity. Once that is being said, then it would be fun for me to talk about this. So yeah, for now, price movement is crazy because of the news of the ETF thing. Again, it's not approved yet. It's just the talk of being approved at some point in the future. Let's see. Yeah, there are other network like ADA. I used to own that. Not anymore. I used to own Atom right there. Stellar Lumen I still have because the cross border payment thing kind of alongside like XRP, right? I used to have Filecoin for a little bit, but didn't see any value in it. But of course, like it's a different type of blockchain here. I think this is like have to do with branding. Yeah, again, I used to have this one, but don't have it anymore. Graph is kind of like a Google blockchain here, but I don't know if it's gonna come to fruition. Kind of index of blockchain, full of information. Ava, it's like a market making borrowing platform, right? Sandbox, it's like gaming stuff. Oh, how about, hold on, IMX, see how that, oh, right here. So Immutable X went up 12% right there. So yeah, it's coming back up. Everything was dumping a couple days ago. Now it's like, again, this is this is cryptocurrency, right? And this is where I got my training from, you guys. And seeing this price action kind of give me a flashback. I was like, oh yeah. And then it was like 10% down, and I was like adding it. I don't care if it's like red. Anytime I see it red, I would buy like $25, $10, right? And then I knew that was, hey, I was gonna kind of hold it for a long term, and that's what long-term investing is. And until you're feel comfortable to sell it, and when you sell it, hopefully it's going to be in the green, right? And this would be the best time to sell if you have been accumulating at this price point right here. I think I told Lionel at this price point right here. Lionel, did you remember me calling you? Oh my God, Bitcoin is at $17,000. Buy now. But that was a year ago. I think it was a couple years ago. Where was this? Yeah, 2000. Yep, I remember these days, clear as day. But yeah, so if you accumulate at that point, of course you're gonna be up. Again, I don't own Bitcoin at this point because I know that other coins is gonna follow suit. So that's why I own most of the altcoin. I know it's gonna be a lot faster than Bitcoin, right? Again, it's very risky. Bitcoin has the a green light, so to speak, from at least SEC never go after Bitcoin. But they go after Ethereum, or well, currently not yet, but they could in the future. So me putting money in other altcoins is a lot riskier, even more riskier than Bitcoin, right? From the regulatory standpoint here. So I wouldn't recommend it. I did not understand Bitcoin at the time, and I know. I get that, that's why I caution people from owning it and until they understand what it is. Again, like it just adds to your conviction if you understand it, and you would know when to sell, when to buy, when to all of that, right? But before you do that, you need to research on the asset itself, and whether you have the stomach to see it drop 20, 30%, or even 50% of your investment might be gone at the time. And so again, this is where I got my training from. So when I see GameStop kind of in the same light, I was like, this is interesting. People would love you to say, oh, if it's down 80%, it's not a good thing to buy, right? Stuff like that. Well, I mean, they probably have a point there, but my training was from Bitcoin, so I was not about to give up here, right? But I understand then as well that the stock market is a little bit different than crypto market, so I had to learn a whole bunch of stuff, like what does it mean to own a stock? What does it mean to own a piece of a company? And whether when you buy into a share, that share means anything, right? Because from AMC, I was able to learn that there's actually different class of shares out there. Didn't know it before, and so that's why I'm so thankful of Marantz that he kind of opened my eyes. And you think when you find people like that in your life, you thank them, right? Because again, without them, you wouldn't be able to come with that information on your own. And they hope, they open your eyes to something that you might not even think about. And so, yeah, I mean, and then now I'm like, well, compared to GME, AMC has this different class of share, while GME doesn't have any class of share, right? So anytime the CEO, Brian Cohen, the board of director are buying the share, they're buying the same share that you and I are buying, right? So that means a lot. That means that the CEOs is aligned with shareholders, and you have no kind of like issue there, right? You want your CEO to actually works for your shares. There you go. So that there's another reason why I want to hold this stock, right? Not only for the turnaround success that it is, it's for my own conviction to see if it's right. If it's wrong, hey, I'm willing to admit that I will be wrong. I will admit that but until then, again, I have no reason to think that yet. So let's see. Yeah, so cash flow positive. It's been four quarters in a row already. So there you go. Last thing we need to do. Hold on. There you go. Okay, how long have I been here, you guys? How's everybody doing today? Oh, wow. An hour. Okay, so I think there's no question. Any question? Comments? Concerns? Let's see. So the news today, look at this. GameStop sales decline as it cuts expenses. Okay. All right. What else? What else is news around here? However, GameStop noticed it cutting sales administration by 24%. Okay. I think the title should be a little bit more upbeat, right? If that's the case. Well, we all know this already. Why is the news just... we know... Oh, okay. Never mind. It's like an old news cycle here. So it was posted a day after earnings, but for some reason I saw it just post today. Right? Look, Investopedia. It's like old news already, and they just like posted 19 hours ago. Yeah, they do stuff like this all the time, you guys. Like anything negative that would just like already being spewed, and it's just like a recycling news. And yeah, I mean, come on, like there's no brain to this. It's probably just algorithmic, AI generated article, perhaps. There's no real human soul in here at all. Alright. I think that's all I have, you guys. Like, if there's no questions, comments, concern, then I will end it here. I appreciate every one of you who coming in. Seems like there's 8 people here. Thank you so much, and I will see you when I see you. Bye.